Funding for Fair 2023 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by...
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
My name is Kara Hayden. I'm super passionate about animal welfare. There's a lot of pigs that rely on me to train their caregivers. What we focus on in our training is encouraging our caregivers to understand that what they think and what they do matters.
Iowa PBS presents Fair 2023. Here is your host, Bill Riley.
Hey, it's Friday night. It's time to relax and recharge and enjoy the Iowa State Fair. I'm Bill Riley, and we're swinging into the final moments of Fair 2023, but there's still so much more to see. You know, a lot of people come to the fair in pursuit of a blue ribbon. Tonight, we're going to explore what it takes to win. To raise a grand champion steer, it takes a lot of care, grooming, and showmanship. For the chess tournament, it's precise planning and cool composure. And for the rubber chicken, strength, mental focus, I don't know about that. I just go with a whole bunch of good luck. Whatever it is, it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got another full hour of highlights ready to roll on Iowa PBS, including the annual Iowa State Fair Veterans Parade. It's always a privilege to honor those who have served our country.
Honoring those who served is an annual tradition here at the Iowa State Fair. 100 entries and over 1,000 participants will travel up the Grand Concourse. A beautiful day for a beautiful Iowa tradition.
I think we've always got to recognize those that volunteer to serve our country. And, you know, at this point in time, a lot of those that served in the hard years, Korea, Vietnam, World Wars, you know, they're passing, they're moving forward. So it's respect.
It is my great honor and privilege at this time to introduce you to our esteemed Grand Marshal for today's parade. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Herb Spencer. Now, Herb is a true American hero, having voluntarily enlisted in the Army on October 12, 1952. Following basic training and graduation from Leadership School at Fort Leonard Wood, Herb bravely served our country in Korea from April 1953 until September of 1954 as part of a combat engineer battalion. And as you can very clearly hear, ladies and gentlemen, your 34th Army Band of the Iowa Army National Guard, commanded by Warrant Officer 1 William Scheidecker and First Sergeant Treg Marcellus. Today's drum major is Staff Sergeant Jason Glass. The 34th Army Band is stationed in Fairfield, Iowa, and is the official military band for the state of Iowa. And proudly parading behind them, the Joint Color Guard. And ladies and gentlemen, carrying the garrison flag on behalf of the Iowa Department of Veterans Affairs is Wells Fargo's Military Veterans Organization Connections Employee Resource Network. Check this out, a trailer that is a replica of the USS George Washington Carver SSBN 656, which was built and commissioned in 1966 in Newport News, Virginia, decommissioned in 1993 in Bangor, Washington. The person on the submarine is Jerry L. Stockbauer, ET-1SS retired. He was part of that commissioning crew back in 1966. It's not a parade without the Mackenzie Highlander Pipes and Drums of Iowa and Scottish American Military Society Post 1846.
is an opportunity to honor Iowa veterans, but also recognize their families and the organizations that helped them during and after their time in the service.
Was so gallantly streamed.
Nice toss. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is a contest that involves women only. We usually draw large crowds, and it started out as a rolling pin contest, and that became dangerous. The rolling pins were hard, and they were going great distances. And so we decided that we didn't want anyone or anything injured, and decided we needed to find something that was a little easier, softer, and that we could still toss. And somehow the rubber chicken came about. You must throw them by the body, not the neck, not the leg, by the body, and you cannot go over the line. Aim for that big tree. Please aim for the big tree.
Third one, did not go over the line.
We have different age groups, 16 through 50 and 51 through endless, to whatever that eternity.
There we go.
She did it.
I had not heard about it before. I heard about like the cow chip, but not like the rubber chicken. It seemed like a fun thing to do. Just a random thing. It's like, that sounds very much like the state fair. Well, I was a thrower in college. I threw shot, disc, and hammer, and my boyfriend and his family were like, of course you'll be good at this, so just go try it. Just go throw a chicken.
Okay. Well, you were out of bounds and you stepped over the line. So now you know all the rules not to break, and next year you'll be right on target. Okay. Thank you, though, for participating.
It's not as easy as I thought it was. I wasn't exactly sure how to hold it, but it was still fun.
Yeah. Nice toss.
Someone comes up to the plate to throw, you're like, oh, this could be the one that just launches it, and so you never know. Like, everyone has a different strategy and how they do it, so I never know who's going to be able to throw it very far.
Nice for height.
It was nice for height.
I had never heard about it, and then randomly did it one year with my mom. That was 2 years ago, and so I've wanted to come back and do it ever since. My husband was actually gone for about 2 weeks before this, and he had bought and mailed me a rubber chicken to practice for the upcoming weeks, and we actually were throwing it back and forth this morning to practice for the competition.
Go ahead when you're ready.
I like the spirit of the ladies. They're happy, they're competitive, and they're excited when they win. And first place is a ribbon and $5, which isn't enormous, but it's great to them. It's the title that they can wear proudly.
With 71 feet, can you believe that? 71 feet, Jay Wilson.
We're definitely gonna go celebrate.
People have been playing chess for almost 1,500 years. It's the most widely played game and oldest around the world. And today, right here at the State Fair, Iowa's brightest chess players are gathered to match wits in this ancient game of strategy. There are high school, junior high, and elementary divisions in this tournament. Tell me a little bit about this tournament here at the fair.
This happens every year on the Wednesday of the fair, around 3 o'clock. That's when the kids come out and play, and then all ages are invited to play around 5. It keeps growing more and more. There's some people that are hooked on it. They come back every year. They can't wait for the State Fair tournament. And it continues to grow. It really has been amazing. When I first started doing it, sometimes we'd be lucky to get a handful of people, and now it's to the point where I'm having to ask for more tables. I'm happy to see that.
What's your favorite part about chess?
How stupid some people can be with moves. Because it's just funny. So long on TV, can you just move that?
We're not on TV. What's one secret you would tell somebody about chess?
Not many people know this technique, but it's called the windmill technique. It's where you take out your rook and take out all the other pieces.
Oh, wow. And does that usually get you a win?
Usually.
What are you doing here today at the fair?
I'm here celebrating chess. Our son is over here competing, and we're really excited to watch him play.
Can you tell us your what your secret move is?
It's called the fried liver, and it's where you just take it early and fork the queen and the rook and win a lot of material after like 8 moves.
And how'd you do?
Pretty good, I think. 4-0 and won the blue ribbon.
Congratulations. What's your one secret when you're playing chess?
When I'm white, I do the double knights opening. It's where you do you put both your knights in the middle, and then both your pawns, and then both your rooks.
So how long have you been playing chess?
Probably 5 years.
And how long have you been playing chess?
Probably ever since he started to.
So do you guys play each other a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's something you would say to a new chess player getting into the game?
Practice a lot. Like every once in a while I have a break. I figured out having breaks can help a lot, and just like play a lot and practice.
Congratulations to everyone who took part in the Iowa State Fair Chess Tournament.
Tonight's trivia comes to us from the south end of the fairgrounds. How much bedding is hauled away each year from the fair, and where does it go? That's a good question, and it's one of those things you really don't think about unless you've spent some time cleaning the barns. We'll bring in the answer a little later in the show. But first, we're going to introduce you to Phil Dix, an organizer who plans a lot of the competitive events in the food department.
Hi everybody, my name is Phil Dix, and I want to welcome all of you to the downtown part of the empty Elwell Center. It's just starting to come alive, like the heartbeat of the fair. The reason is because this place is usually filled full of thousands of people that are coming to see all the awards, all the foods, all the prizes, and it's about to happen again. So we're excited to have you here. So what we're going to experience the next few days here at the fair are people that start to enter at certain designated times. As you see, the judging arenas have already been set up and ready to go. The desks for all the important people are in place. And now we're at a point where we're just getting ourselves ready for those first entries to come in. And those entries begin right away. We'll be checking in each of their items to make sure that they've met the qualifications that we have here at the fair. For example, sometimes if people use raw eggs, we have to disqualify. Sometimes if people are canning and they put the wrong altitude where they can their food, they can be disqualified. Not enough headspace in the cans, they're disqualified. What we do is to have people come here at the fair and have an opportunity in order to let them win a prize, a ribbon, to experience the exhilaration of saying, you are the best in the state of Iowa.
How many items is
A small amount this year, 52.
For us, the real excitement begins about 4 days before the fair. And that's when we have the professional cake bakers. We also have other categories where we have first-timers that are coming in. These are people who are young persons, children, youth, who are coming in order to have their cakes also judged in that process.
It took about 4 hours, and I've always liked the rocks, so I thought I'd incorporate that, and then I thought the water idea was a good idea.
Oh, yes.
The second big round that we have is when we have all of the canned goods from Iowa come. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of canned goods that come. That's the reality check. That's when you know the fair has actually started, when you start seeing hundreds and hundreds of jars, sometimes by just one entrant who comes who's been working all year.
Well, there's 179 entries. That's how many canning classes there are. Oh, it's fun. And people like what I do, so I give it away. It's a good hobby.
But oh my goodness.
That's the wooden cake. Those are all.
We love first-timers because first-timers are the people who are experiencing the mystique and the majesty of the fair for the very first time.
Is this for me right now?
It is for you right now.
Oh, thank you.
That's why we award a special yellow ribbon to all first-time entries. We want them to have a positive experience. More than once, we've had people who have come here to the fair and they have a cake or a beautiful pie or something they put together, and somehow, all of a sudden it gets smashed, and sometimes you lose some of the coating. And when you want to see people go through a transformation, that's where it all took place. I remember the first time I came to the fair, and Arlette Hollister, who was one of the heads of the fair, I brought in 9 jars of barbecue sauce. And she said to me, are you going to enter those all in the fair? And I said, yes. And when I went up to the table, they said to me, you can only enter 1 jar in 1 contest, sorry. And I had a tap on my shoulder. It was Arlette Hollister. She said, come with me. She said, what did you put in this barbecue sauce? I said, honey. She said, we'll enter it in the honey contest. That's what we'll do. And then what did you put in this one? And I told her, well, it was a cherry. We'll enter it in the cherry contest, no problem. And that hooked me. And so I decided when I retired, I want to come to this place and I want to be one of those first timers, but I want to give back this time. And that's what it's all about.
Oh, cute.
The tradition of the Iowa State Fair mixed with the food and the love for food that people have. Those are the memories that go far beyond a ribbon or a trophy or anything else anyone could win.
All you have to do is follow your nose to the Grand Concourse today for the annual cookout competition. The grills, the smokers, they're full of beef, pork, poultry, turkey, and lamb as these talented cooks compete to become the grand champion.
We call them muffin pan chicken thighs.
Now, you mentioned how good they look. How do they taste?
Oh, they taste great. They're, we should win. Never trust a skinny cook. Yeah, I mean, you know, they haven't sampled it. They have no clue. We've sampled it. I've sampled it. I know it's good.
Today I'm making pork ribs.
And how is the process to make those?
It takes about 4.5 to 5 hours.
Now, is the best part eating what you
Yes.
make at the end?
Yes, the best part easily is eating.
We've been here since about 1 a.m.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
that is dedication.
yes. But it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come to the State Fair and cook barbecue.
So what's the secret to the brisket?
Prayers. It's only my second one I cooked, but it's prayers and just having fun. I'm just here, this is my first one. I'm here just learning, trying to see how everything operates. You know what I'm saying? I might not make it this year, but next year I'll give her all she got.
So today I'm making some pork chops that I raised on our farm and also some fresh strawberry salsa.
So you raised the pig yourself?
Yes, and so my neighbors actually, they caught it and they brought it to me. It was one that had gotten on the loose and they said, hey, we can't take care of it, can you? And I said, oh yes, like, Dad, can we please get this? And my dad said yes. So we made a whole pen in the barn and I took care of it for a while until it was time for butchering. But now we get to eat the pork chops, so that's good.
Any secrets that you can divulge to us?
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'd have to kill you if I told you. So I don't. We need you. So.
He's going right in. Okay, something. I got something out of there. I got a, you know what I mean? That's better than nothing. That's better than
almost melted in my mouth.
Hey, well, don't tell the ladies that.
I like to look for who did the meat justice, what did they, it's not the fanciest technique or the fanciest flavors, it's letting the meat be the true star and shining through to showcase what these wonderful producers have made.
Rub and smoke on it only. You know, no need for that other stuff when you treat the meat with respect, and it'll treat you back.
You're from Texas, you know good barbecue.
Yes, sir. Got to. It's in my DNA.
Everybody out here is doing whole primals. They're doing, you know, boneless pork loins, pork butts, ribs. I want to do something people don't necessarily think of. Because like when you go to a barbecue, you don't think of a bacon-wrapped ham ball per se.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for, the grand champion of Iowa Farm Bureau's cook-off contest. From Webster County, Ryan Frazier. It is 4-H Steer Show Day at the Iowa State Fair, and the animals are getting the final touches put on here out of Benton County. The Schonbacher family checking every last hair, every last detail to get into the ring to find out who is the best in the state here at the Iowa State Fair. Tell me about your relationship with Wreck-It Ralph. How long have you spent with him?
I've spent about a year with him. Yeah, and I watch him like twice a day.
So what's being done now? Because you are keeping Ralph calm as he spits on you?
Yeah, I'm keeping him calm by scratching him so he doesn't move his feet while they're trying to fit him.
What is it that you like about showing?
I think it's really fun just to spend time with them and go to shows. It's a good experience, I think.
And I make some close decisions, but today I like the young lady here out of the third class. Congratulations on the achievement. Callie is from Plainfield, Iowa. Pretty good morning for you so far. What'd you win?
Grand champion Angus steer at the Iowa State Fair.
Expectations are fun. Did you have high expectations for Rocky?
Yes, I did.
Why's that?
Because he got reserve at Junior Nationals and he's been winning everywhere else except for one place, and then, yeah, he's been really good to me.
Is working with an animal work, or is there a little bit of fun too?
I say it's work, but you can have fun with it also. Like, it's fun getting up and watching him, blowing him, and then sometimes I just go sit with him in the barn.
What's it like showing at the Iowa State Fair?
It's very intense, but it's also a lot of fun.
I mean, you could hear what the judge was saying. You've taken Rocky to various places. Are judges saying some of the same things about Rocky?
Yeah, they are a lot.
What are they saying?
That he's very massive on his top line because he's an Angus steer and there's like no crossbred in him. So he's very massive.
Your demeanor is impressive on how calm you are. Do you exhibit this all the time, or are you just putting on a show for Rocky to keep him calm?
I try and keep him calm sometimes because otherwise he gets antsy, but otherwise he keeps me calm too.
What about your family? Who's here? Who helps? What are they all doing?
Right now my mom's washing my steer so I can show him again, and my brother's helping, so is my dad, and then I have grandparents and aunts here.
And now it's time for the main event, the final drive to find the best 4-H steer in Iowa. The best of each breed are announced, put through their final paces, and the selection is made. 14-year-old Mason Schall of Riverside is your grand champion. What'd you think when the judge came over to you?
It was a big honor, and I was excited.
Way to go, Mason, my man.
Did you win a ribbon at the fair this year? Congratulations! Here are some of the lucky and talented winners. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go away. We've got more fair highlights for you, like these. We'll be entertained by an old-time silent film. We'll see the power and grace of a horse show. And we'll find out who has the finest whiskers in the beard growing contest. We'll see you right back here for more State Fair fun on Iowa PBS. The competition, it only gets closer as the week goes on at the Riley stage. Here are some acts marching on. Don't forget, we'll bring you the Talent Championships here on Iowa PBS, Sunday, August 20th at 8 p.m. Hey, we're back, everyone, and just in time to head over to Pioneer Hall for a silent film, but it's not exactly silent.
Today, I am here at the State Fair, the Iowa State Fair, and I'm here to share with you ragtime piano and the silent motion picture talent of Harold Lloyd. Somebody got the idea that if you had a movie, well, they didn't have sound. The first movies that came out, they didn't have the technology to have sound along with the movie. And so what you found out was, aha, if we have the motion picture, we can have somebody playing the piano or an orchestra making music. For example, if you've got somebody, the hero comes in, or the villain comes in, and the music would set the mood for what was going on the silver screen. Today we are doing Get Out and Get Under. This is a Harold Lloyd classic, and the title, Get Out and Get Under, was actually taken from a piece of music. Get out and get under, get out and get under to fix up your automobile. And so they thought, hey, let's do a picture with Get Out and Get Under, because in the picture, he gets out and gets under to fix up his automobile. And I'm just the musical background here. The real star is Harold Lloyd over there. Use your imagination, listen to the music sets the mood, and you walk away feeling, hey, that was kind of neat. Thank you very much.
Tonight we're talking about our great state fair's historic buildings. When the fair moved to this location in 1886, they built 54 buildings, including Pioneer Hall, right away. Most were made out of wood and required constant maintenance. By the turn of the 20th century, the fair had decided, well, it was time to make some improvements.
So the fair organizers realized that they basically had to up their game. And they first paved the streets, which was a huge improvement. But then they also realized that the barns themselves had to go from being something that was temporary and just agricultural into something that was more permanent, more monumental, and that reflected the fact that even though this was an agricultural event, it was taking place in Iowa's largest city. The barns are mostly symmetrical, they're formal. When you walk into them, you might feel a little bit like you're walking into a county courthouse or something. Once you go inside the barns, they are all about ventilation and light. They're all built with fairly cheap metal roofing and structure. But the skin around the barns is brick and terracotta. The names of the barns are etched in limestone. A much more formal language of architecture, and one that really relates more to the fact that this is in Des Moines. It's in the biggest city in Iowa, and it's an urban event. And that really helped take the fair from this collection of shacks on a muddy site into something that we recognize almost as an extension of the Des Moines street grid.
The Livestock Pavilion was the first example of this new standard of architecture on the fairgrounds.
It's an arena. It's a place where you're watching competition, and it's some of the best entertainment at the fair. I think that's part of the logic behind the Livestock Pavilion, that the fair did go from something that was very much about farmers comparing notes to something that people came to see, that became more of a spectacle.
And then the Agriculture Building, the most formal of the fair's brick buildings.
It has a really overly grand entrance that faces onto the fair's main intersection and really celebrates the fact that what's going on in there is this really important thing for the state. The best of the state's agriculture is getting displayed and shown, and it's a monumental structure that really dignifies that.
There was also the need for a large gathering spot that could seat thousands of people and be home to different kinds of spectacles, concerts, demonstrations, and races. The grandstand became a focal point for the modernization of the fairground.
Originally a timber structure, like many of the other older structures on the fair, it deteriorated, proved inadequate for the crowds. And in the early 1900s, they built the center section of the grandstand, a steel structure that was designed to be curved, both so that everyone had a good view of the finish line and so that they could use it for concerts as a sort of an outdoor arena. In 1927, the grandstand got extended to its present length, and the steel structure was clad in this very monumental brick skin that was designed to be a memorial to Iowans who died in World War I. And to me, that's an interesting story. It goes from being this kind of a very ragtag event into something that really is, one of the largest performance spaces, not only in Des Moines, but in the state.
We use the fair as our state tournament, in which we have men's, women's, juniors, cadets, All of our sanctioned players come to the fair, plus we try to promote new players by having open class every day, which anyone can play.
Over there is pitching room, so like you pitch 2 shoes down and 2 shoes back. And so like if you get 1 ringer down there for kids and 1 ringer back, you win one of those bikes over there. But if you don't, then they count as points and you can win money and a ribbon.
I wanted to give one of those bikes away so bad. I want to, guys.
I just help out how you're supposed to like hold it and then to show them how to like release it.
To keep the sport going, I feel very good about that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still people that surprisingly don't know too much about it, and if they get to pitching, and if they have a little success at it, it kind of stimulates them.
Hopefully some of them like it so much that they start pitching with us. Well, it gives them something to do and they can try something new.
Yeah, there you go.
I've done practice before, but this is my first year doing like tournaments and stuff, and games.
If you're like camping here, then it kind of just gets kind of boring because you're usually at the fair, which the fair's fun, but like then like if you're like, oh, like I miss doing the sports that I want to do, so then maybe you can like try to come here and do horse throwing and stuff like that.
I think it's history, to tell you the truth. It's just been something that's been here for years.
They used to pitch down by the sheep barn years ago. Well, you got to realize during that time and generation, that was a pretty popular sport.
It used to just be one of the biggest events, you know, for the farmers to come in, because farmers used to play it at home and they would come here and, you know, participate, get a ribbon and compete.
I'll tell you what, this sport is anything you want it to be. If you want to be a state champion and you work 2 or 3 hours a day at it, pitching at home or at your town courts, you might be able to get there. If you want to just have a rec league and just have fun and socialize, you can do that too.
So this is my dad. He's pretty much been bringing me like to horseshoe stuff when I was little. He's pitching too, so we're both in the league, and I love pitching against him because it's just fun and it's a battle.
Okay, it's stuck for a point. There it is, there it is. Yeah.
I think that's what the fair is so nice about. Yeah, everybody gets to go home with something. At least they get to go home with a ribbon. They feel like they participated, and you know, has a prize, irregardless of where they finish.
It stayed. No, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
So you think you might know the answer to tonight's trivia question? Let's see. The question was, how much bedding is hauled away each year from the fair, and where does it go? Well, an average of 1,600 tons of manure-laden bedding is hauled away each year and is applied as a natural fertilizer to several hundred acres of farmland. Horse shows at the Iowa State Fair are extremely competitive, and they draw horses and riders from all over the country. Let's see who we have in the show ring tonight.
The Iowa State Fair Belgian Shire Miniature Show will actually see close to 50 exhibitors across all 3 breeds. And between all of those exhibitors, you're looking at about 200 horses. Several of our exhibitors are coming from a long way away. We've got as short as 10 miles and as many as 1,200 actually. Waring Shires is visiting us from Blackfoot, Idaho.
We've been in the Shire business for about 60 years and showing for over 50 years. A lot of our family travels with us. My son Wayne, his son Sean, and my great-grandson Maddox.
I'm Maddox Howell. I'm the 4th generation, and my great-grandpa Harlan, he started bringing the Shires over from England, and that's how we started.
Especially for the draft horses, they're driving those horses an average of 4 miles a day. It's a significant amount of interaction with those horses to get them ready for our showroom.
The Belgian 6-horse hitch, any 6-horse hitch for that matter, what I'm looking for is when they come through the gate, I like to see a lot of front end, nice headsets and ears working, and performance, as much leg action front and back as you can get, and power. Like you want them all powering on, as much power as we can get, and horse is eager to do that. We're looking for 6 that are working together as one unit and all have the same thing in mind, and that's win the class.
AMHR is the American Miniature Horse Registry, and the unders and overs are the height of the horse. The driving classes are all a little different. It's going to be 2 judges. They're going to get 2 sets of points. It's like they went to 2 shows, but they're doing it at one place. That gives them a chance to build up points, because they all want to get enough points so they can go to Nationals, and Nationals is coming up in November. We each have to judge the class independently, and then we turn our results in, and they will announce the winners for Judge A and for Judge B.
In the Shire team, I'm going to be looking for a lot of presence, elegance through the bridle, like working their ears, paying attention, and motion front and back, a lot of leg lift.
We are, for 10 years in a row now, the host of the National Shire Show. So the National Shire Show is a part of the Belgian Shire Mini Show. It runs concurrently. So what that means is the classes that we offer here are part of that National Shire Show.
Walking around them for confirmation. You want to see big feet, nice clean feather and lots of it, nice clean legs, and well-behaved horses.
In the Western Country Pleasure driving class, I'm looking for a horse that's more level. The head's not up as high. It almost looks like a flat line from the eye to the withers to the back, right on through. They're low going, very collected, and very pretty. The miniature horse is an actual breed of horse called miniatures. They're not ponies. If they were ponies, they'd be Shetlands or Welsh or something like that. These are actually miniature horses.
So tonight there's going to be Belgians and Shires that are able to compete. I like to see a horse that's laid back, but a horse that enjoys his job, something that's pleasurable. I feel like the draft horse under saddle is gaining popularity through all the breeds. It's a lot more horse. You've got, obviously a bigger seat, but when you get on one and you start riding them, you can feel the power, and like when they're loping, you can just feel like you're riding on a rocking chair. It's so smooth and it's really fun.
I'm Abby Brown at Pioneer Hall at the Beard Contest. There are several categories, and I'm hoping that next year I might enter one. I have a feeling my only hope could be some magic potions, so I'm hoping I can pick up some tips and tricks.
I realized this is quite exciting once you get past the painful, itchy phase, which you do.
All right.
And then after a year, I started to trim it to keep it more well-groomed and kept, because I don't want it to look like it's coming to get you.
Okay.
856, 856, 856.
What does it take to grow a beard like yours?
Patience.
Who spends more time in the bathroom in the morning?
Okay, My spouse has made the comment that I take longer than her in the bathroom with the beard. It's true, but only on the, when I have to wash and get it ready. It takes a little time. It's all right. I give it special attention.
So tell me, how do you get your beard groomed to perfection?
Well, the key for me is I have to blow dry it and brush it every morning.
Okay.
I do mine a little different. A lot of people, I cut up here. And the main reason I do that is for cleanliness.
But of course, there's the beard wash. There's special shampoos for the beards.
Gotta keep it clean.
Then we're out of the shower, and then we get the blow dryer, and we get the round brush, and we twist, and we blow dry it down.
How about any special potions?
Nope.
Any special serums?
Nope.
Any magic at all?
Nope.
Sounds wonderful.
And oil.
Oh, oil. Tell me about your potions.
I just use the beard oil.
And wash and oil it every day, so.
Ooh, what kind of magic potion do you use?
Yep, so I make my own now.
I put it in, I blow dry it, put the oil in, and then blow dry it again.
What's the clock on that?
It's longer than my wife.
That's what I wondered. Any other tips for me if I want to grow a beard?
I don't know if I have one for that.
Well, listen, there's
genetics will start it, but.
Okay. I feel like if there's less on top, there's more down here. So maybe I can switch things around.
Yeah, if I could switch things, I'd probably at least have half of it up there.
And if I wanted to grow a beard, do you have any tips or tricks for me?
You know what? I might just have to disappoint you.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look promising. But you can find someone who has a nice beard or invite them to grow.
Okay.
Yep.
At first place, 880.
Before we go, let's enjoy some more music and dancing with Son Peruchos, a diverse group of musicians from Des Moines, and they've been playing together since 2017.
State Fair 2023. Seguimos con Somberuchos bailando y gozando.
Algo que me mueve, un ritmo que me hace bailar. Tomen todos sus parejas, todos vamos a bailar. Baila, baila esta cumbia, mueve, mueve la cintura. Todos las manos en alto y griten, griten con locura.
Gritando con locura. ¡Hey, hey, 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 hey!
Baila, baila esta cumbia, un ritmo, ritmo sin igual. Nadie se quede sentado, todos vamos a bailar. Baila, baila esta cumbia, mueve, mueve la cintura. Todos las manos en alto y griten, griten con locura. Baila, baila esta cumbia, un ritmo, ritmo sin igual. Nadie se quede sentado, todos vamos a bailar. Siento algo que me mueve, un ritmo que me hace bailar. Tomen todos sus parejas, todos vamos a bailar. Baila, baila esta cumbia, mueve, mueve la cintura. Todas las manos en alto y griten, griten con locura.
Eso es
Muchísimas
todo.
gracias.
Thank you.
And that wraps up another evening of Fair 2023. Thank you for spending your Friday night with us. And if you want to experience the show again, log on to our website or our YouTube channel. You can find our full shows there. Our Facebook and Instagram pages, well, they have loads of State Fair stories too, both from the past and the present. Make sure you check it out. There's a variety of ways you can engage with us about our beloved State Fair, anytime and anywhere. And we'll be back again tomorrow night with a very special night of coverage, which includes some traditional Saturday night favorites, like the 4-H and FFA Sale of Champions, and the earth-shaking intensity of the tractor pulls. Plus, we'll learn all about what's involved in keeping up the beautiful state fairgrounds. So don't miss it, the best state fair coverage around right here on Iowa PBS. Until tomorrow, I'm Bill Riley. Have fun at the fair.
Funding for Fair 2023 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
My name is Kara Hayden. I'm super passionate about animal welfare. There's a lot of pigs that rely on me to train their caregivers. What we focus on in our training is encouraging our caregivers to understand that what they think and what they do matters.